Hello everyone, today I'm here to do a tag. Today is the Mean Girls book tag, and Mean Girls, excuse me. This tag was actually created over a blog format and it's recently made its way over to YouTube, I think. Anyway, I think it was tagged by the creator of this tag as well as Jamie from Overhyped Books, and I'm very excited to this tag because I love Mean Girls, love Mean Girls. I watch it constantly. So pretty much what this tag is it takes different quotes from a movie and then they ask a question and you associate the quote pretty much or question with said book. So anyway, let's begin.
It's pronounced like Katie.
What fictional character's name did you get completely wrong? Without a doubt, Hermione from Harry Potter. I read Harry Potter when I was around 11, so it had taken some time for it to become into a movie, and I pronounced names in the book pretty much. So I want to pronounce them, number one, because I was 11, number two, I don't know, internet was not prevalent or not that popular when I was that young, so I couldn't Google search how to pronounce this, so I just said whatever I wanted to. And I used to call Hermione Hermione, and that's just what I called her. And when I saw the movies, my mind was blown. I had no clue that's what her name was. Yeah, so Hermione, that's what I called her. But I call her Hermione now, but my 11-year-old self loved to call her Hermione.
She doesn't even go here!
What character would you like to place in a fictional world from another book or series? I don't know. I really don't know this one. I mean, maybe we can take Cinder or something and put her in a really contemporary setting, maybe. I don't know this one.
On Wednesdays, we wear pink.
Repetition. What book gave you deja vu of another book reading it? Honestly, I couldn't pinpoint one in particular. I will say a lot of dystopians seem very similar to me. I feel like I've been there, read that, seen that, yada yada yada. That's just how I feel with a lot of dystopians now, because dystopians really were popular, and they're still popular, but it's just repetition, I feel like.
You all have got to stop calling each other sluts and whores.
Which book gave you the complete opposite of girl power feels? And that one's going to go to Scandal by Sarah Auchler. That is just so anti-girl power. It's about a girl that gets caught up in a social media kind of scandal, and she gets called a slut and a whore and all those horrible things, and nobody knows the whole story, and it's really hard for her to get her story out, and it was honestly a lot of girl shaming, and it was horrible. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with that one for sure.
Oh, you go, Glen Coco.
Name a character you felt like you wanted to cheer on while I was reading. Number one, Farrah from A Court of Thorns and Roses. I want to cheer her on so much. Number two, Sydney from Say Anything. Sydney had a lot of personal stuff going on in her life, and family problems and stuff, and I was really rooting for her the whole book. I was just you're awesome, you're doing things that you want to do, you're finally expressing how you feel to your family, and I thought that was just awesome. So I really rooted on Sydney from Saying Anything a lot.
Get in, loser, we're going shopping.
How long do you typically spend at a bookshop? And to be honest, I really don't go anymore. I don't have time nor the money to go, so I'm usually on online shopping, and yeah, so I don't spend a lot of time. Before that, I would maybe spend 30 minutes. I wouldn't spend a crazy amount of time. I could spend all day there if I wanted to, just reading, but yeah.
It's not my fault you're in love with me or something.
Which character would have to get a restraining order out on you if they were real? We should all know the answer for this one. Flora would definitely have to file several restraining orders against me.
But I can't help it that I'm popular.
Which overhyped book were you cautious about reading? For this one, I went with The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. When this came out, it blew up. Everyone and anyone was talking about it. I was so worried to go into it. I love this book, by the way. I love it. But I was very, very worried about the overhypedness of it. I was I'm not gonna like it because everyone else likes it. But of course, I freaking loved it.
Because she's a life ruiner. She ruins people's lives.
We all love Regina George. That we do. Name a villain you couldn't help but love. For this one, I went with the Stranger in Harry Potter because I don't love her. I just find her so intriguing and so interesting and such a dynamic character that I just really, really like her. And I would love to see a whole book from her perspective of how she came to be and all that kind of stuff. I freaking love Lestrange. It's weird how much I like her.
So not like a regular mom. I'm a cool mom.
Your favorite fictional parents? Of course, this has to be on everybody's list, is the Weasleys. The Weasleys are the best parents ever. I would probably go visit the Weasleys and never return. I'd be well, I'm staying here forever, guys. Hope you're okay with that. And they probably would be because they're freaking awesome parents. Parents I chose were the Garretts from My Life Next Door. They were such amazing parents. Usually in contemporary books, you don't get a lot to do with the parents, which makes me sad sometimes. And this book had such an awesome parent-son relationship that I love them so much. I think they were amazing parents, and I loved how the author continued on with this series, and she did The Boy Most Likely To, so we got to see him again, and I love the Garretts are so awesome.
So fetch.
Which book or series would you love to catch on? I have several, honestly, but the two I want to talk about is Across the Universe series by Beth Revis. I love this trilogy. It's amazing, and I don't think a lot of people have read it, and they should. It's about this girl that gets on a spaceship, or I don't know, a spaceship, I guess? Space, okay? With her parents, and they get frozen in time so they could be like unfrozen 50 years later so they can do things on this new planet, and they get waken up like in the middle of it, and it's just crazy. It's such an amazing trilogy. I highly recommend you to read this if you like sci-fi. Even if you don't, it's a great book to start off if you're really trying to learn or try to figure out if you like sci-fi or interested in it. I would highly recommend that. The series I want to recommend, I think it's been getting around a lot, but I still don't think a lot of people have read it. It's going to be The Raven Voice by Maggie Stiefvater. This is such an interesting and amazing book. I love this series so. It's so intriguing, unlike anything I've ever read. It's like paranormal, but kind of a mystery, but kind of romance going on. It's so amazing. Now, don't be fooled. I've said several times before that the first 100 pages were very tough to get through, and they definitely are, but once you get past that, this book is amazing. Take it from me, I love this book.
How do I even begin to explain Regina George?
Describe your ideal character to read about. I love a strong character, I love a loyal character, a fighter, a person that's fighting for a cause, a person that, you know, is just really ambitious, in my opinion. Those are favorite characters to read about.
I just have a lot of feelings.
What do you do when a book gives you a bad case of the feels? Honestly, for me, every time I finish an amazing book, I kind of go almost into a slump. Sometimes I just, I'm like, I don't know what to read next. Or sometimes I just get into an amazing, like after that, I'm like, I want to read every book. It depends. It's really weird for me. Sometimes I go into a slump. Sometimes I'm like stepping up my reading game. It's really weird. It's really weird.
Nice wig, Janice. What's it made of?
Your mom's chest hair.
Which characters, one-liners would you love to claim for your own? And this is not book related, but I'm going to go with Buffy from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, because she had the cutest little catchphrases, and I would love to have them as my own. I mean, she's a comic, so that counts, right?
Boo, you whore.
Name a time a character's decision has made you roll your eyes. And this should come as no surprise. Every decision America's made, I roll. I don't like America, singer. I really don't. I really don't. I really don't. That was the Mean Girls book tag. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I love Mean Girls. I know a lot of people love Mean Girls. It's an amazing movie. Anyway, that is all for me, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.